I want to talk about budgets for movies. Budgets. I put a short up on my YouTube channel about budgets, and the reason why I did that is because a lot of smaller films that comes out, which I'm into. I'm starting to realize that I'm not into the big, you know, blockbuster movies that are coming out. I did not go see uh, Captain America 4. I did not go see freaking uh, Thunderbolts. I did not go see, Fantastic Four. Not making fun of those movies. I wanted them to do good. The point I'm trying to make is I put up a short the other day about how I think all the movie industry should only give the big blockbuster. Now listen to me. I'm gonna bring up James Cameron. The big blockbuster movies that you want to make, we're only going to give you 170 million. If we think this movie is worth giving you 170 million, all movie industries should go to $170 million cap. Then when you come to me and you want to pitch an idea and you ask me for $275 million to make a movie, well, guess what? I'm going to say, well, you need to take out some whatever you can do on your side, on your end, and come up with the rest. Because people made fun of James Cameron because James Cameron did something and to where he had to get the money himself to produce the Titanic movie. He did some things on his end where he had to come up with the money, some extra money to make that movie. This is why I'm making this video. The reason why I'm saying that is because I want to bring up some, yes, y'all, everybody knows that horror films are cheap to make. But they should take a page out of that and look at that and say, okay, if these horror films can make, take for instance, I was so jacked up to go see Weapons, and it did not disappoint, okay? You know the budget for Weapons was $38 million. 38. I'm already getting ready to pre-order, when it comes available, a steelbook case of Weapons, and I'm gonna buy it. $38 million to make that movie. It grossed $42 million. It was $42.5 million it made just this weekend at the box office. Just this weekend. Now let's just say, for instance, like if you have a movie that costs $225 to make, then you got another, I don't know the ins and outs. You got to talk to these people that knows how to crunch numbers. But I know the marketing costs extra money too. So you're talking $250 million just to make the movie itself, paying everybody, all the production people that's involved. Then another $10-15 million for marketing. So you're looking at $300 million. You're already in the hole. You have to make $600 million, you guys. $600 million just to break even. Break even. And you better hope you break even. So the reason why I'm making a point about this, you got a lot of people that comes to Paramount, freaking A24. You can't say A24. A24 is smart. They do small stuff. The only thing they did big was that one where it was called Civil War or something like that. They got a little extra money for that. But A24, they're pretty much, Blumhouse is another one. Blumhouse does stuff, and yes, Blumhouse has had about 4 movies that didn't do that good, but I don't think he really out any money. But anyway, I just want to make a point. So Weapons made $42.5 million, which I'm kind of happy about because I wanted Weapons to do good. And yes, it was number 1. And you daggone right I'm happy because I wanted to go see that movie. I knew that movie would be good. It was chef's kiss. Sinners and Weapons is by far the best 2 movies of 2025, baby. Let me tell you that. But anyway, $38 million to make that movie. Everything. And they made $42.5 million. That's just this weekend. It's going to be in the theater for the next, 3 weeks? So let's just say, yeah, I know everybody goes, well, it's going to take like a 60% drop next week. Who cares? If you make $42.5 million and you make another maybe 15 in the next couple weeks on $38 million, so that's 42, then that'd be 52. Let's just say at the end of the run, they'll make like $75 million or $100 million. let's just say at the end of the run, they make $150 million or something like that. Maybe. It's still a profit. Even if, think about this, if that movie only ends up making $60 million, man, they make $30 million back, right? Yeah. No, they break even. Okay. No, they didn't break even. They made about, you guys know what I mean. Because it costs $38 million to make. So that means you need to make $38 million. So that means, yeah. So it's actually profiting. Because $38 million, they got the $38 million back. And they make 42 million. So they're, probably what, $9 million in the $9 million ahead of the game. So I just wanted to make this. I just think that from now on, all the big blockbuster movies should be. I would tell the producers and anybody that pitches something, say, hey, this is something big. I need $275 million. I'll be company goes, yeah, I like it. It sounds good, but you're gonna have to pull a page out of James Cameron and do some things on your own to come up with the rest. We'll give you 170 and that's it. We'll help you make the movie, but we'll give you 170. The rest you got to come up yourself. So whatever James Cameron did, I know when I was younger, I was always fascinated by Titanic. You hear the Titanic as a little black kid, white kid too. But anyway, I grew up, I didn't even know what the Titanic was. Then I ended up finding out it was a ship. And I'm a little black kid growing up, and I'm hearing about the Titanic. You'll hear about all the history stuff. And as I got older, I started looking. I seen pictures of the Titanic and it sank and stuff like that. And I thought it sank like after several cruises. But one day somebody had told me. They said, "No, man." They said, "No, Vic, that thing was brand new when it sank." I said, "Was it?" I was young. I said, "It was brand new." He goes, "Yeah, brand new. It went out to sail. It was the first. It was its first voyage." And never did pull up in New York. It sank, iceberg. I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, man. That thing never sailed. It sailed just once and it never made it to its destination." I was like, "Dang!" So that was really fascinating. But when James Cameron, which I love James Cameron because I was always into the alien movies. I remember back then the internet was in its infancy, and it was in the '80s, and USA Today was a big newspaper that I used to love the way their USA was. I used to love their interface. I used to love the paper. I used to love how they wrote it. And that's back then. You grab newspaper and I grabbed that newspaper every morning and a cup of coffee, and then I go in the break room and I sit and read USA Today, and then I'd read everything and and I do everything, and I leave that newspaper on the break room table. Shoot, man, everybody was using the USA. Every people bringing in the USA paper. That was the best newspaper ever. So I was looking and I said, "Hey man," somebody says, "Oh man," says, Vic, you really jacked up for the Titanic." I said, "Yeah, it ain't coming out till another month." I said, "Probably about another 6 months." But I said, "Man, did you know James Cameron went and borrowed some money off his property or something?" I forgot what he did. He borrowed like a lot of money off of something that he borrowed off his own property, or he did something to get some extra money to make that. I said, "Man, he going all out on this movie, man." Well, man, when I went and seen that movie, it blew me away. That theater that I went and seen that movie is tore down. No, it's not. It's still there, but it's just not. It's tore down. But anyway, you're talking back then. And I was with my three boys' mom. And I remember watching it, and I wanted her to see it so bad. And she was about ready to break up with me. I didn't know it, but and she goes, "Oh yeah, well, okay, I'll go with you." So I talked her into going, man. She was sitting there, goes, "Oh my God," she wanted to leave. What I mean by leave, she wanted to go outside and smoke a cigarette, and I kept watching her. She's like, "Oh my God, I need to smoke a cigarette." And so she sat through that movie, man. She watched it. She loved it, and I felt good that she liked it and stuff. But then I went. I think I went and seen that movie like 3 times. That's how much I fell in love with Titanic. And then as time progressed, I used to go places and I used to see long lines waiting to go see Titanic. And James Cameron made his money back. So in closing, I just want to make a point. If you really, truly, truly think that your movie is going to make bank, and you're for sure, and you just think, "Oh, this is going to be blah," then You know, if you come up and you say, "Hey, I need $275 million to make a movie," I'll be like, "You're only getting $175. So that means you're gonna have to come up with the rest." I don't know if you want to borrow that money against your own property, or you want to pull that money out of your own bank account, or you want to do something to get the extra money up, borrow from the bank. But we're only giving you $170 million. That's it. We'll help you make the movie for $170 million. And also, you're coming up with the marketing money too, as well. We're just going to give you 170. That's it. When you start doing that, a lot of these actors that think they could just go up and have these producers come up and think they could just get something for 275. See, they need to put a stop to this. They really do. I don't care who you are. I like actors, I like actresses, but when you get to the point where you think you could just come up and pitch something to somebody, you sit there, how much money you want? Dude, you want $275 million? We're already struggling in the streaming wars. We're already scoffing to get all these subscribers. We got people's attention span is not what they used to do. And you want me to give you $275 million to make a movie? You know, on top of the marketing? And we don't even know if this movie's going to be all right. It sounds good. But $275 million? No, man. No, it ain't happening, dude. All movie industries, all of them. Warner, Paramount, in all of them. I can't name all of them. You guys know all the movie industries. I know it's Paramount. Then you got Warner Brothers. You got you got a whole bunch more. My mind is a blank, but every one of them should be like $170 million. $170 million. So if you come up and you go, "Hey, I got this movie," they go, "How much it costs?" Because you're only getting 170. So, it's only going to be like 80. They go, "But I was wondering if you could, kind of like give us 10 million to do the marketing after it's done." They'd be like, "Sure, we can do that. But we ain't giving y'all no more $270 million. We ain't giving y'all no more $250 million. We're only giving you $170 million. Now, a lot of y'all out there may think, well, they won't be able to make a good movie like that. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? It would make them work harder. It would make them tighten up everything, get everything. Like if you get somebody that comes up there and you go, if you know this actor that ain't big is good, but's got some acting chops, and you got this actor over here that goes like, "Well, you're going to have to give me half the budget because if you want me to be in it." But then I also heard people say movies don't do very good when they don't have big names in them. That could possibly be true, but a lot of times your big names is what kills your movies because they want so much money just to be in the movie. If you can get somebody else that we like, and you know that they got some good acting chops, you can spark their career more and make them even bigger. If you go, "Hey man, what's your name don't want this, he or she don't want this role because they want more money. It's a good role. We just thought we give it to you because we can't get them because they want too much money because of our budget." What if they do it and they take it and then all of a sudden their name takes off? See what I'm saying here? So, don't get me wrong, you guys. Nobody hardly looks at this channel, but I do have a few people to check this out. I just think that you can make a better movie. You can tighten up a lot of things. You can figure out how to get this thing to work. Well, the problem with a lot of these movie industries is they give out too much money, and the money that a lot of these movie industries are doing all this streaming. They're trying to get into the streaming and all that stuff. Disney's another one. I think Disney could kick some butt. I don't like Disney because of Disney's practices. I used to love Disney as a kid. I can't say I hate them. I want Disney to just turn. If Disney would just turn the ship around. Literally turn the ship around. Don't be allergic to white people and all that kind of shit and all this woke stuff they doing. I don't like using the word woke, man, but the stuff that they've been doing, man, is just insane. I just don't get it, man. This be the Disney you want to be. Don't be checking off boxes. If you got a black actor in there, just say this person's going to be in this movie. You got a Hispanic person's going to be in the movie. Just say this person's going to be in this movie. Don't shove it in our face. Let us look. We're not stupid. We go like, "Oh, that movie looks good, man. I like the way that movie looked." You ain't got to sit there and go, "Oh, it's got a white person in there and a black person in there. It's got a Hispanic person in there." Don't do all that. Just let us look at the trailer and go, "Yeah, man, I like that trailer. That trailer looks good, man." I mean, that cast looks pretty tight. I like that cast. Like when I watch even Weapons trailer was like, what is this? And that's what I like. See, that's what pulled Weapons off. Weapons pulled a lot of people in because people was intrigued because that trailer didn't really tell us much. It really didn't. I was like, what is this? And that's what Weapons all about. Weapons pulled us in with their trailer. They didn't give too much away. So what I'm trying to say again is that Disney, freaking MGM, Paramount, Warner Brothers, all of them. A24, I can't put A24 in there because A24 is pretty smart. They keep their budget pretty small. But I just wish that these industries would just tell everybody $170 million cap. I think you would see a better quality made movie. I truly don't think you need $200-something million to, make movies anymore. I just don't think they. I think they're unnecessary. I think you could really. I mean, don't get me wrong. Peter Jackson and James Cameron and all those guys, they pulled it off with the Lord of the Rings and freaking Lord of the Rings and Lord of the Rings and just Lord of the Rings. I can't think of the other name. Names going blank. I'm not even gonna trip. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But Endgame and Infinity Wars, which Infinity Wars was the best one of them all. Endgame was the end of the Marvel. After that, they took a nosedive. They took us for granted. Thought we was just gonna do whatever they spit out at us, and they just dropped the ball. It's such a shame. They took, you know what? After Endgame, they should have took a 3-year gap, just 3 years, and then all of a sudden didn't even make an announcement, just throw in a trailer and be like, "Oh shoot, Marvel's got a trailer, got a movie coming out." I wouldn't even leak nothing. Just put a trailer out after 3 years. But no, you had to do all this crazy stuff that they started doing, and it's a shame. But anyway, in closing, guys, I'm just saying that Weapons budget was $38 million. And they made 42 point something million dollars just this weekend. So they're going to profit. So I'm not saying that everybody can do what Weapons do. I'm not saying everybody can do what, some of these horror movies are able to pull off. But a lot of these, I noticed that a lot of movies that I am in support of was these small indie films. They seem to do a lot better than your big Hollywood blockbuster summer movies. But I think $170 million, man, to me is a big blockbuster summer movie. You got to factor in the marketing and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. That's just me. I could be wrong, though. I'm just saying that. I just think all companies just make it official. You only get $170 million. I'm not giving you $200 million. That's still a big chunk of change. $170 million ain't a couple of pennies, man. Seriously. $170 million is $170 million. I do not give a dag on how much your company's worth. You're asking me for $170 million. And some of these actors and the guys that's got these new scripts that they think is supposed to be all that want to shoot something. Somebody says, I need $275 million to make this. You might be able to get Apple to give you that kind of money. But even Apple might be starting to tighten up giving out so much money. Because at the end of the day, you guys, it's all about making money. It's all about trying to get, I invest in you. You give me back 3 folds, and we'll be set, But if I invest in you and you give me the money right back, I'm going to sit there and go, shoo, man, I thought you was going to owe me there for a minute there. But, I got my $275 million back. But don't ask me for that no more because because when you borrow $275 million from somebody, they want their $275 million back and then some. But hey, that's just me. So God bless, take care. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. It's just that there are these. I can name a lot of smaller movies that just did good at the box office, and they made so much money back. And don't get me wrong. Abigail is another one. Abigail, I know Abigail made his money. And another thing, let's take in consideration when it goes. How movies comes out at theater and then it comes and it's able to, you can rent it for $19.99, and then you could buy it for $29.99. And then a month and a half later, it comes out on physical. So you got to factor in all that extra money that you're going to be making after it gets out of theater, out of the theater. So anyway, happy Sunday. God bless and have a great day. And we'll catch you next. And be safe out there. We'll catch you next video. We'll see you.